in terms of like when you look at the streets in particular in Buffalo and shit, I thought it was really interesting because you're talking about you're from a famous heroin block, right? Mm-hmm. Is it all fentanyl now? Has the game like completely changed?
Yeah,
it has, huh?
Yeah, that's a fact.
And is it like way more fucked up as a result when you look at the actual scene? Do you think that it's way more fucked up?
Because look, okay, I'm gonna break it down. Anybody who been in the game know. If you've been in the game, you know, heroin's like it's not like cocaine. Everybody got their hands on cocaine, put their hands on cocaine. Everybody haven't dabbled in the heroin game. You feel what I'm saying? Now, since that gotten trendy, you know what I'm saying, by the young kids who use drugs, everybody got their hands on it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Everybody's selling that shit. Like I said, I'm from a block that been doing that shit. You feel what I'm saying? But it's a new thing, and it's trendy. Whoever making that fentanyl, I don't know what the fuck they doing. They putting that shit in there, and you know it's killing people. And it's, you know, niggas ain't got no boats. We don't own no boats.
I was reading about how much cheaper it is for them to produce fentanyl versus heroin. Heroin is such a complicated drug to produce. You got to do it like it's a totally different world. Like the cartels and shit are not even looking at heroin as an option anymore in terms of them making money because it's a totally different level of profit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I was my man a couple years ago. His son was in the hospital getting heart surgery. You know what I'm saying? So they had the heart surgery and it came out successful and everything. But he was like he got a little aggy, so they was about to give him some medicine and they was about to shoot him with fentanyl. He told him like, nah, don't do that, give him something else. And then they came and gave him something else. So you gotta watch that shit too.
Yeah, not for real.
I mean, there's so many people that, like, I was talking about this the other day. There's a dude I know who got cancer. He was like a BMX pro or whatever. We all did a big, like, thing to raise money for him, all this shit. And then all of a sudden, like, within a year or two, this fool was, like, sleeping under a bridge, smoking perks, like, fucking completely fucked. Like, his family couldn't even be around him at all just because they put him on Oxycontin. And then all of a sudden, he's fucking shooting heroin. All of a sudden, he's just doing everything under the sun. Like, just because he had a little fucking taste, he lost his whole life, and that shit happened in like 2 years.
That shit wild, man. Like, them drugs is a motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
I think the medical, you know what I mean, them drugs out the hospital they give you, that's the shit that's worse than the motherfucking the shit we sell on the streets to me.
Yeah.
Not real shit, because they prescribe them
They
to you.
love
That's
when you
what
gotta
they
go to the
hooked on.
hospital, man, so they can give you that shit, and that shit have your ass locked in.
I mean, people seamlessly transition from one to the next, you know? It's like, especially with kids now, it seems so safe for them to take a Xan. Any fucking kid these days, they all know about what Xans is and shit.
And all that shit now.
And it's so easy for them to end up going from that to whatever. And even the Xans, like, it's bad enough. Like, you see fucking, like, I was watching fucking Cops the other day. They're catching people with Xans left and right. There's like multiple clips in the same episode where this bitch had a big old bag of green Hulks in her pocket and shit. And she's a fucking real deal junkie, like red in the face, running around selling pussy for like $20 on the street.
That's crazy, man. You know, drugs is a part of America, though. You know what I'm saying? Drugs is a part of America, and drugs help build this country. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
In the streets and pharmaceutical wise. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to forever be an issue, is controlling it. And you see with the marijuana thing, you know what I'm saying? That's interesting, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm in my 30s. Just imagine, like, weed is legal. You know what I'm saying? I know how niggas been doing that in California, but they lightening the laws up around, like in Buffalo, you know what I'm saying? If you get caught with 57 grams, it's a ticket.
Yeah.
You know, that's big for niggas.
That's crazy.
That's big for niggas, you know what I'm saying? That's 2 zips. That's a ticket. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to be paranoid and no shit like that. That's big. So what's that country where heroin is legal?
I think in Amsterdam and shit, don't they have it like regulated where you can just do it?
Yeah, Amsterdam. Heroin is legal. So, no, drugs is a part of
wild.
not even America, Amsterdam shit.
Y'all seen The Wire?
Yeah.
You remember Amsterdam? That area where like they just let everybody sell drugs and shit?
Yeah, that was crazy. That was them seasons.
That was fascinating though, right? Because it really makes you wonder. Like, and I think when you look back on that, that might have seemed like a more shocking concept. Whereas now, I think almost everybody agrees that, in terms of like treating people who are on drugs, that it would be safer and better to like create clinics where people could go in and get their fix and not have to necessarily be running around getting dirty ass drugs. And
that's a
dying.
fact. But this what it is though. It's really the users. Because look, when people take that fentanyl and shit like that, they not supposed to take all that. You feel what I'm saying? So fiends will go to the whatever they got to do. They go to the methadone clinic or whatever, but they gonna need that fix again. They gonna need that rush again. You know what I mean? So it's really like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, how the fuck you do that? It's about moderation.
Abusing that shit,
yeah,
right.
they abusing it. You know what I'm saying? They abusing it. And methadone clinic, you wake up, everybody get their little shit, or you take your hit. That's how a lot of overdoses happen. You know what I'm saying? You give a motherfucker a tester. Tell them to only take this much. They be like, nah, man, I can take bigger hits. I can handle that. Right. They take it, then they ass is out.
It's just like anything else. You started out hitting a
man.
tiny little bowl or hitting the blunt once or twice,
man.
and now you got a couple blunts just for the interview.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? That shit crazy. So, drugs is a part of this shit.
Yeah. But is it, when you look at like the scene in terms of people selling drugs in Buffalo and shit, is it the kind of thing where the cops do almost at this point sort of like turn an eye to a lot of the drug dealing and selling as long as it doesn't equal out to a bunch of violence?
Nah, not in my hood, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say that.
Asshole. Pac-Man,
I ain't gonna say that.
Them cops is assholes. They just run down on niggas just because they know who he is.
It ain't like The Wire or nothing like that, but you can get caught like with maybe some weed or something, and in situations with some other shit. Some small shit, you know what I'm saying, and they looking for guns, man. You know what I'm saying? They looking for guns, man. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't nothing worth their time, they looking for guns. But I've been in situations where just police is dickheads in Buffalo.
Yeah, they just fucking with
police is dickheads in Buffalo.
For real? You think it's real? Is it like real in your face there? Because when I think about New York City, I think about that shit as being crazy as fuck. Because compared to LA, the police presence in the city is insane.
Yo, I be watching them YouTube videos and I be seeing niggas from the city cuss the police out.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Fuck
dumping the
you,
water
bitch.
on them.
Suck my dick. Like that'll never happen.
You seen those water clips?
That'll never happen in Buffalo.
But you seen where they're throwing the water?
I seen that shit.
That's fucked
They
up.
had a National Guard at
But
whatever
they
the fuck.
came back and they all arrested them all that night,
They
the
got
next day or some shit.
No, real shit. That'll never happen. Ain't none of that shit going on.
I think that those cops are probably just super aware of what it would look like on social media if they started tear gassing the whole neighborhood and shit. And
So
like,
yeah, now it's different.
so they send someone to get him after.
No, real shit. Now it's different. But I will say this though, like The Wire shit. I'm like I said, I'm from a block where niggas was making $20,000 a day. Police why they couldn't just sit a squad car on the block, on the corner, and make sure nobody do nothing?
They knew.
Why they don't do shit like that?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? It's like, it's a system. If you ask me, they could have did that. They don't do that.
Yeah.
They know niggas over there every day. They know niggas.
But is it different in the sense that, like, when you watch The Wire and they got like basically an open air drug market going on in the projects, it's like it seems like that doesn't need to happen anymore because everybody's so connected with their phones and shit that it's easy for people to just be able to like meet in secretive places to do drugs and shit. So it's probably changed a lot in that sense.
No, it kind of did, but it kind of didn't, man. I think drug users and drug buyers, you know what I'm saying, just like to show up where they know the drugs is at. They don't want to call nobody. I could just show up. You might not answer the phone, like real shit. Like you're a trapper, they just like to show up, man. You know what I'm saying? If I go to this place, they gonna be there. I don't gotta call you. I'm not waiting on nobody. I'm dependent, not on a person. I'm dependent on the location. You feel what I'm saying? That's how they like it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Did you deal with a lot of remorse when you were dealing drugs, like when you were looking at the results and the ramifications of your behavior? Like I remember listening to Clips was the first time I ever really heard a rapper like dealing with the destruction that they might have been responsible for, and like that to me has always been something that would like completely shift how I view a rapper, is if they talk about the consequences and they talk about the feeling that they might have from being part of that. Is that something that you were thinking about when you were younger, or is that something that you're only capable of sort of thinking about now? Man,
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's just something I thought about, but it wasn't nothing that was big on me. You know what I'm saying? It didn't you know what I'm saying? I'm from the destruction of drugs. I'm from that. My mom was on drugs. I was in foster homes. You feel what I'm saying? I'm part of that. Like you know what I mean? So I didn't have like damn, what I'm doing is fucked up. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't have that. At times I did have it sometimes I look and I see, you know what I'm saying, I might look at a house and see what's going on with some kids, and then of course, you feel what I'm saying? But I always looked at that kid as like, that was me.
I did at first.
You know what I
I
mean?
did.
Yeah.
I used to have that shit. I used to think about that shit. I used to be like that, like, I ain't really give a fuck. I'm out to get this bag. You know what I'm saying? But once I start, like, my family members and shit, I had some family members and all that was like sneaking and buying it from me without, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I'm serving my own family and all that shit. It's like, yo, what the fuck is going on? It's like, is that what, you know what I mean? Is that bag that really, you know what I mean, powerful, had that much value
It's never
in my
worth
life?
it. It's never worth it though. It's never worth it.
Because I was reckless with it. Like, I was serving everybody. Uncles,
Nah, that's a
whoever,
fact.
moms.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's a fact. I always tell this story. Like, we don't do this shit no more, but I always tell the story. I said it in different raps. These niggas was ruthless. Niggas was about 14 and called this nigga to get a hammer. There's no questions. Gave it to niggas.
Really?
Yeah.
Who'd you call?
Me.
Oh, you called it.
I'm Conway,
And you
nigga.
gave it to him when he was 14.
Man, I trusted their judgment.
No, real shit. But that's what it was. But that's what it was. So that's why it's hard to feel numb to that when you write and you inside of it. I'm not like, we not from like the corners or watch people. Like, we from the middle of the shit.
Middle of the shit.
The middle of the shit.
Yep.
Like,
So,
so your dog call you with a problem, shit.
You know what I'm saying? He fearing for a nigga's safety if he don't got that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that type of environment. Like, real shit.
Yeah. Is the gun shit just as fucked up in, like, are the penalties just as bad as it is in the city?
Yeah, it's all New York State.
All New York State,
Yeah.
same thing.
Same shit, huh?
yeah.
Are you old enough to remember when the laws were a little different?
Yep, niggas used to get 8 months, 5 years probation
Yeah,
for
I
hammers.
did 8 months for my pistol. I
Yep,
got
real
caught with
shit.
one.
Sheen Gun Black did too.
Yeah.
He did 8 months for a pistol, 5 years probation.
That feels like a breeze now because you're doing like at least 3
Yeah,
years or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like
But
that.
guess
Up north
what?
right now, I wish they could get
Guess
8
what?
months for that pistol.
Like the government always do, they make harsh penalties,
Yeah.
and then they go back on them. So right now they got something in New York State called gun court. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got drug court. You know what I'm saying? They got gun court is where they like being more lenient because all these young niggas got straps. The prisons is full. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not even in, I know it's in Rochester. I know it's in Buffalo, but gun court. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
crazy.
That's what they do. Like, they lock all these drug dealing niggas up from the 80s and they be like, you know, that was harsh. We
Right.
giving y'all 10 years back. You know what I'm saying? Same thing they gonna do with the fentanyl. They locking all these niggas up for the fentanyl and the heroin. They gonna do the same thing in 10 years. They gonna
Yeah.
let these niggas out.
That's crazy. Yeah, because I have a homie who got caught with a fucking machine gun with a shell catcher on it. And they gave him 90 days, which I was like, I can't believe you just got 90 days for this fucking ridiculous murder weapon that nobody should be walking around with. And then he goes in, he's on Instagram story the next day. He's like, boom, they let me out. They didn't have no room in the jail. I'm like, what kind of fucking world is this? Like, that this shit is going down like
You know
that?
what?
That's crazy.
See, a lot of people don't be knowing about that criminal shit, man. A lot that got to do with your criminal shit is your criminal history. You know what I'm saying? If you don't got no criminal history and you the first time you're getting caught with drugs, really, even if it's a lot of drugs, just a slap on the wrist. You know, niggas is getting caught with bricks doing 5 years. You know what I'm saying? If you got money for a lawyer, you know what I'm saying? I know niggas get caught with quarter bricks doing 6 months in shot camp.
Wow.
You feel what I'm saying? Because it's different. It's drugs. You know what I'm saying? This shit is a part of America. You know what I'm saying? There's more time in the manufacturing and the traffic and the conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Than actually they kicking in to find the shit in your living room. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a system, man. That's how they do the shit, man.
Yeah. NoJumper.com. Like, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want one of these, you know where to go. And then No Jumper Facebook too. Link is down in the description. Some good stuff going on over there. Appreciate y'all watching this.